Sky Blue Fans TV. For the fans, by the fans.
Well, good evening and welcome to another edition of Sky Blue Fans TV. It's coming home, isn't it? It looks like it. Well, I'm sure you're all watching last night. That dramatic Ollie Watkins goal in the last minute means, of course, England are in the final of Euros out in Germany. And we're going to talk to Lee, who's live out in Germany. His stay has been extended. Bit longer than he expected, I think. But yeah, he'll be there till Sunday, of course, when the final is. We've also got Jack from Leamington and Warwick Supporters Club as well. And our regular, who we're bringing in right now, Claudio. Good evening, Claudio.
Evening, Ken. How you doing, mate? You all right?
Not too bad. It is coming home, isn't it?
Apparently so.
Wow.
They need to win one, don't they? Come on, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean,
Ridiculous.
there's a bit of luck with the penalty, I think. Obviously, we'll discuss that with the others as well. But I think it was very lucky. But sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. You know, it's one of them, isn't it?
But yeah, nothing. The drama has just been incredible with England this time round. So much in virtually all the games. So no, deserve to win it.
Yeah, definitely. And the subs. Who said Southgate gets the subs wrong? Eh?
I still, I know, we can discuss that. I still maintain they're doing it with or without Southgate. The team's good enough.
Exactly. Well, okay, let's join Lee, who's live out in Germany. Good evening, Lee.
Guten Tag.
Hello there. Your stay has been extended.
Another weekend of it. Although at least I know when I'm coming home now, along with it.
Yes, exactly. You know when you're coming home, and obviously, hopefully, when you come home, the trophy will be coming with you. So, yeah, it's been fun.
Being champion, I'm sure of it now.
Yeah, well, we'll discuss all that in a minute. We've also got
Oh. You've gone all quiet on us, Ken. What's that going on? I can't. Well, we've also got, because I can't hear Ken at the minute, we've got Jack.
Evening,
you know,
guys.
I don't know what happened there.
I don't know. Ken's just gone silent.
He was with us 1 minute, and then I can see him, but I can't hear him.
He's gone silent like the Southgate.
Hello?
Oh, we can hear you now.
Sorry, I don't know what happened then. I think my cable must have come out or something. I don't know, but can you hear me now? Yeah.
Yeah, you're touching things you shouldn't have been touching. Like,
no, I don't know what happened now. I do apologise. Technical issue.
You've not been touching that French shirt, have you, with the giant crop on it?
No, certainly not. No. Sorry about that. Yes, I was just about to say, I was saying, I don't know if you heard me or not, that Jack's here as well. Jack from the Leamington Warwick Sports. Good evening, Jack. How are we?
Yeah, good. Thanks, guys. How are you going?
Good. All enjoying the. Did you enjoy it last night?
Yeah, I mean, it's the first England game we've actually enjoyed, is it not?
Yeah.
Rather than just a last-minute smash and grab. I mean, it was a last-minute smash and grab, but at least we outplayed them in the first half, and we still maintained a better possession rate and chance creation than them in the second half. Better than any game we've watched. So, yeah, what's not to enjoy?
Yeah, I thought, I mean, Claudio, I suppose you'll probably agree, the performance-wise was much better. Certainly first half, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's strange first half, wasn't it? Because, I mean, obviously Holland scored first, but England controlled that first half completely. Deserved to be winning, actually, regardless of the penalty and the if it was or wasn't. But they deserved to be in front. And then the second half was, I said to my wife, I wonder if they could resort to typing and go in a bit in their shell and sit back a bit. And the second half, they weren't as good, but they won the game, that's football, isn't it? But I think, I mean, we can go through it, you can analyse a bit more, but they just deserve to win, basically. And it's the sort of England game, which is what everyone's been expecting all tournament, wasn't that? Especially that first half. You sat there watching it thinking, "Oh, I'm actually enjoying this. This is good to watch tonight." You know, it's so much better.
I had a feeling it would be a little bit more open because of the way the Dutch play. Obviously, there's going to be a bit more gaps, isn't there? And they do tend to come forward a lot more than the other teams we've played so far. So England sort of got into it a little bit more. But yeah, I thought the first half of England was fantastic. I thought they dominated, even though they went a goal behind. It was a fantastic finish, by the way, wasn't it, from the Dutch guy?
Yeah, I thought Pickford's reaction, I don't know, it was a bit slow to react to it, I thought, but anyway. I thought Mainu was superb for England. Yeah. Absolutely superb. That kid is a bit of a tiger, isn't he? He gets in there, gets his foot in, he can play as well. He's a good lad.
He wins all them nasty little 50-50 balls, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he can play football as well. He's a good player. He'll be good for Man U, definitely. Yeah. Well, to be honest, at Wembley, when we were 3 down, it changed when they took him off. Basically, that changed the game in our favour. Yeah, so he's a very, very good player, and I'm looking forward to Sunday. Actually,
Lee, fantastic first half performance, wasn't it?
Brilliant. I thought the difference was, and I said this on Sunday, every team that we've played so far have come to defend against us, frustrate us, sit back. And to be honest, as long as they're well organised, it was easy for them to defend against us. Holland, like you say, have come at us. They're the first team to come at us, and that worked in our favour because it let us take the shackles off and open up a little bit.
Yeah, and it was more attacking and end-to-end, weren't it? I mean, it was fantastic.
And also one of the things I think went our way, when the other team score first, it makes us go for the game. I think when Switzerland scored first, we all of a sudden realised, hold on, we've got to play a little bit here. And so those two things definitely went for us yesterday.
Yeah. Jack, first half performance, brilliant, wasn't it, I think?
Yeah, I completely agree with Lee. It's done us a favour that a team's come at us. It's a bit like Cov almost, we go away, or we play at home to bottom half teams that sit back and we struggle to break them down. We play against Wolves, who are supposed to be a good Premier League team. They came at us and we outplayed them. England have been exactly the same, I think, sort of with the tempo, the late subs as well is another similarity. But it's nice to see us actually go and outplay a team for the first time, genuinely outplay them, play through them and win.
Yeah. I thought second half, obviously, it changed a little bit. They tightened up a little bit, didn't it? Then they come back into the game a little bit more. And obviously, England got that penalty. We're going to discuss the penalty as well, because I personally don't think it was a penalty. I don't know what the others think. I'd be disappointed if it was against us, put it that way. Claudio, penalty?
Being an ex-forward, I'd be screaming for that for a penalty.
Yeah.
After you've missed the shot. But I think the problem was Dumfries was the motion. He was still going forward, wasn't he?
Yeah.
If he just stood there and stuck his leg up in the air, it's not going to be a penalty. But I think they just thought there was a bit of motion there, a bit of force. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, you'd take it every day, wouldn't you? And in fairness, I mean, with England in mind, you look at Lampard's goal that wasn't given when it was 2 yards over the line. Maradona, hand of God. Campbell, when it was the header, was it Portugal? Was it against Argentina again, where it was disallowed and it was never a foul? England have had so many decisions go against them, So once in a while, your luck goes your way, doesn't it?
And you need to say,
what is hilarious is that ITV had got the expert, the American lady there, the expert going, there's no way this is going to be a penalty. There's no way.
Next thing, as soon as he goes over to that monitor, he's going to give a penalty, don't you?
And the thing is, she could be on a panel. So there you go. That's the problem with VAR at times, where you got somebody supposedly the expert saying no penalty, and then it's been checked by VAR, and they're going, I think you better go and have a look at this.
Well, I'll give you another thing that's wrong with VAR, which I could go on about for a whole show. But are you punished for being in a stadium? Because, you guys are talking about ITV showing the replay and someone expert saying it's not a penalty. You're watching a stadium, no one even claimed for a foul. I think everyone was quite surprised a minute later when there was a VAR check and you don't know what's going on. It's going on for 2 minutes. You don't know what they're looking at. No one thought it was a penalty, and there you go. Next thing, Harry Kane stepping up and redemption for France in the World Cup. So well played.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen them given obviously on the odd occasion, but 9 times out of 10, I don't think in the Premier League you'd get that. You'd get a decision like that. It would be no penalty, but it'd be interesting because it was the German referee, wasn't it, last night? So we don't normally get much off the Germans, do we? So it's nice to get a decision.
Well, it was obviously us that had sorted out the match fixing this time because it would be banned.
I don't know. You got most of Africa and Europe back off the Germans.
Yeah, well, that's another subject. Jack, penalty for you? Do you think?
I don't know, because anywhere else on the pitch, it's contact, it's a foul, and it's a no-brainer. Because it's in the box, it's different rules almost. And should it be? I don't know. But Kane gets the shot away perfectly cleanly. You know, Dumfries doesn't impede Kane in taking the shot. Kane takes the shot. Whether Dumfries is there or not, nothing changes. The collision is after he's had a shot. I'm not sure. Like I say, anywhere else on the pitch, it's a foul. But in the box, I don't think so. Yes, there's contact, but like I say, he's got the shot away. So not for me.
No. I'll be disappointed, but if it was against it, I'll be very disappointed. But
and I wasn't even. No one was claiming a penalty. We went, "Oh, that's a shame. Kane's missed. Good effort, lad." You know, this is more like it, England. Oh wait, they're going over to the monitor. Oh, okay, cool.
I thought we'd missed something else. I thought, well, maybe there's a handball or something in there that we missed.
Well, Kane stayed down forever. I don't know if you saw this, Lee, but on the replay, Kane stayed down for a long time. No medical staff turned up, but Kane was on the floor. The ref went over. And then all of a sudden there's a VAR check. That is Kane stay down very, very cleverly there. If he gets up and walks off, does that not happen?
This is one of the great things about our players, and I wanted all that. It's what I love about Bellingham playing abroad. It's what I love about Kane playing abroad. That's what they do in Europe. They stay down, they roll around, they wait for a decision to go with them. So brilliant. That's his year in Munich. Well worth it. The other thing, I'm fuming if that penalty is given against us, by the way.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, I thought VAR's there for clear and obvious errors. Well, I'm not being funny. The referee hasn't given the penalty. There's no obvious foul. So we've got very lucky there, but we'll take it all day.
Well, we know all about them sort of decisions from the cup, from the semi-final, don't we? Clear and obvious. And when on-field referees don't give it.
Well, moving on, the disallowed goal from Saka I mean, I haven't seen lines on the pitch, but that must be as close as they come as well.
I think it was very close. They've got this new automated offside, is it?
It's about half a leg, wasn't it?
If we'd have got that for Haji right, none of us would be complaining. That yes, that Saka one, Foden was it Foden? I think he was marginally offside, or Walker maybe. I think Walker. He was offside. It was very, very close, but it's like factual he was offside. If we'd have got that for Haji right 3 months ago, none of us would be complaining because it's, you know, the technology is working to 100% accuracy. So I know you didn't see it, Lee, but we can say it was offside, but by a very, very marginal amount.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be interesting to see as it goes on. I think that's the most controversial incident we've seen involving England anyway so far. But it went our way, which is, you know, we can't moan too much. And look, that's the way it goes, and that's football. But anyway, second half, come out and, well, we like scoring last-minute winners, don't we, Claudio? Sort of keeping it on there.
I mean, quickly going back to that first half, I mean, it was great seeing Foden on the ball all the time. I think in the previous games, England had been looking for Bellingham a lot and giving him the ball probably more than he needs to have it. You know, he doesn't need to have it all the time. When you've got someone like Foden, he can create stuff. And he was darting about, wasn't he? He looked really good, I thought. And
he was so unlucky. He was unlucky with that one that got cleared off the line.
Yeah, and also a little jinky little dribble when the guy stopped it. I don't know how he stopped it like that. That was brilliant. But the second
hit the post with a great trademark shot as well. Yeah, we'd seen everything that we were hoping to see from him that we haven't seen all tournament.
The second half, though, I mean, Koeman changed it around a bit, didn't he?
He did, and he stopped us playing. Basically, he
stifled England down. I mean, Saka, you never saw him second half, really, did you?
No,
not as much as the first half. And then you got the cry. I mean, the pundits are going on about he needs to get the subs on, but I mean, it's difficult, isn't it? Because he's, you know, it's 1-1, there's no need to panic yet. And although Holland had a lot of the ball, they weren't really that much on top. There was still not a lot in it. They weren't really creating a great deal. They just had a lot of possession. And then, of course, he brings the subs on. The two lads work together to get the goal. And I've got to say, Watkins' goal, he's obviously right-footed, but he turns the wrong way in some ways because he's given himself the worst angle possible. Whereas he goes on his left foot, he's got the whole goal timer. He's took the most difficult option, and it's such a great finish. That's the only place the ball can go to beat the keeper. And
it looks impossible. It looks impossible to score.
Brilliant,
that,
brilliant,
but,
and it's that's such a great finish.
Yeah,
great finish.
Lee, second half for you. Do you agree? It was a bit.
I mean, I thought for the whole of second half we were just looking at playing out for extra time, and the game was petering out. I'm shocked. Like I say, they had more of the ball. Were they really threatening? Maybe not. But you just think, we're taking extra time here. But
then Ollie comes up with a fantastic finish, wasn't it?
And another thing, everyone around me, Ivan Toney's been the talk of the town all week. For his brilliant penalty. I said on the show on Sunday, I think it's time that Kane starts being phased out and Toney starts playing more. And then when Watkins comes on, everyone's like, "Oh no!" I thought he'd had his chance.
I must be admit, when I seen him warming up, I thought, "Oh, Toney's not there." I thought we'd bring Toney on ahead of Watkins. It'd be Toney and Palmer maybe, but I didn't see Toney. And I thought, well, that's strange. Watkins is coming on, but. Well, fair play to Gareth. He got it right, didn't he? And we can't moan at him because Palmer. We know what Palmer's going to do. He's a fantastic player, and he'll always give you energy, and he'll give you like 100%. Palmer. He's a fantastic player. He is, and he's a game changer, isn't he, Palmer? And when he comes on, and again, the good thing is they gave him a little bit more time. I thought it was about 15 minutes ago. Was there 10, 15 minutes ago when they came on, which was
80 minutes, wasn't
it? Yeah, something like that. And there's a little bit more time, I suppose, but at least it wasn't like the last minute sort of thing. But I was surprised, same as you, that Toney never come on. But in hindsight, we're glad Watkins come on in the end, aren't we? So, Jack, great finish, wasn't it, from Watkins?
Yeah, brilliant. I mean, it's a proper striker's finish, isn't it? I know he's got some pace. He likes running in behind. The ball came to him. He's just gone on instinct. He's took it onto his stronger foot and he's hit it across the face of the net. And it's gone in. Anything can happen there. The keeper gets a touch. It goes out for a goal corner. Excuse me. Defender clips it. It could go in the net. Could go out for a corner. So he's done the absolute right thing. Obviously, it's hit the back of the net. So best result. But yeah, what a feeling when that goes in. Even sitting at home watching it's brilliant.
Well, then it's very, very unlikely that Holland were going to get back in the game unless it by fluke because the clock was ticking.
Southgate was very quick to get subs on when that hit the back of the net, wasn't he?
Oh, definitely.
You see the clip, he sort of celebrates with Hasselbank and Holland and then runs over to the bench and goes, "Gallagher, you're on."
They all came on. Did you think he got the subs right? Were you surprised Toney never came on?
No. Horses for courses. Gareth clearly knows better than we do. I'm not a massive fan of it personally, but the subs were late. Obviously, we're all thinking that. Yes, we didn't have to panic, like Claudia says, but we could tell we weren't dominating the game like we could have been because of Koeman's changes. Obviously, the one in the first half, 2 at half time really changed it and leveled the playing field. Yeah. That's when you gamble back and you make a change. I think personally, Palmer was the perfect sub, just 10 minutes too late, maybe. It worked. We can't hear a moan. Well, we are, but we shouldn't really.
We've always find something to moan about. Yeah.
On the TV, they were eulogising about Koeman's tactics in the second half. I thought, but in the first half, he got it hopelessly wrong, didn't he? Because England were overpowering Holland in midfield. I mean, he made a mistake. They didn't seem to go on about that, did they? I think, and like I said, it's weird. The fact that England had played really well in the first half. Deserved to be in front, didn't get in front, and the second half where the game was, like Lee was saying, it's a bit of a lull, wasn't it? And then score the winner, and that's how mad football is. It's and I think that's why it was joyous, wasn't it? Really, because it wasn't expected at that moment. I mean, no one thought he'd get that shot in. You probably
it's not from there, no chance.
And he even said
the game plan, Claudio. He knows what he's doing, just like he knew Bellingham was going to pop up with an overhead kick with a minute to go. Genius.
Well, I like what Ollie Watkins said. He says, just greedy. I'm in the moment. I'm going to have a go. And that's the striker. That's what you want. Don't we get cheesed off with some of our players sometimes? We saw it last year. They lay it off to somebody, have a shot.
As they say, if you don't shoot, you don't score, do you?
He did a Victor Gyökeres, didn't he? I'm shooting regardless who's around me.
Yeah, and it's saved us an extra half an hour extra time anyway, and we could all go to bed early. Well, some of us have had work anyway in the morning, but it was everybody was getting ready for extra time, I think. But did you have a good view of the goal, Lee, from where you were?
I moved seats at half time, and I was being a bit of a media mogul, getting myself in front of the cameras right on the front row. So it was completely the opposite end to me, but it didn't make any difference. When he's striking it so well, you see that net bulge. So I'm not going to say it was a good view, but I was in the best place that I wanted to be.
Well, let's have a look at some photos. We've got some photos, haven't we, Claudio?
We have
of Lee in action.
Yeah, I went for a different look yesterday at yesterday's game.
So there you go.
Now, Lisa, just explain who's in that picture. Yourself, who else?
So this is my brother David in the middle, David Cowell MBE, and John Troutface, all originally from Bedworth. They've moved away to Kent and Berkshire between them, but we used to go to all tournaments together. These two plus my one other mate have got wives, kids and jobs now, so I'm so glad they can make it out for one game. And the Lions, which were retired before this tournament, made one last appearance.
Fantastic. That's good.
There you go. Again, these lads are all from Bedworth as well, all Cov fans in there.
Okay. Fair few Cov fans there out there, didn't there?
I still say we're the best represented team with England.
Yeah, I'm always looking out for the flags. Along the side when you get a chance, when you get the close up. When the TV cameras go close up, you'll always look out to see what flags are.
Yeah, plenty of them.
Got some more. Oh look, you made the. There you are, making Daily Star.
Daily Star, national newspaper, Lee.
Yeah, well, a few of my friends are in PR, and one called up, sorry, because I'm in a transit van with a bed in the back. I'm doing it on a bit of a budget. There's no way I could afford to do this if I was staying in hotels every night. One of them picked up on this and said, would you mind me interviewing you and do a bit of a press release on it and try and get it? And the Daily Star, he did it about 2 weeks ago, but the Daily Star covered it yesterday.
Yeah, you should get them to pay for your hotel. Daily Star, got plenty of money.
Oh, I've been thinking. I bet the back of your transit must stink.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to come in, let me tell you. I'm off to Berlin tomorrow, and I'm treating myself to 3 nights in a hostel.
Oh, okay.
I think you say 3 nights in a hospital then. Oh dear.
Who knows?
Right, we've got a smoke bomb going off here.
Yeah, yesterday was orange everywhere in Dortmund Centre. Honestly, when I walked in, I had about a 30-minute walk in. Everyone was saying, "Oh, there are England fans here." We were so outnumbered. They reckon about 100,000 Dutch were over. England fans find themselves, but here's an example of it, and you've probably got a couple more as well.
Yeah. The pictures I seen there was a lot of Dutch about, as you can see there.
Yeah, honestly, and they all obviously gather because they do their walk to the ground. So a couple of times we had to battle through streets that look like this.
Oh my God!
That was 150,000, didn't they?
Yeah, well, it's a 2-hour drive. It's the equivalent of us going down to London. It's so close for them. But they were strangely quiet in the stadium. I didn't think I was quite looking forward to they got the yellow wall at Dortmund, the famous yellow wall. I was quite looking forward to seeing an orange wall, but they only sort of gave them half of the yellow wall, so it was only a bit orange. And then I thought they were quite disappointing, given there's such a good atmosphere outside of the stadiums.
Mm.
Yeah, and this is the game after with D Road. Looks like I've been in the sun too long, I think.
Could say you got some bit of caught the sun a bit there.
It was at one point at St George's Cross, that.
I would laugh if you couldn't get it off. That'd be hilarious, wouldn't it?
Man, it's not the easiest thing. So I did have to find myself a shower this morning. And here's CJ. Who may be joining us tonight, but we keep bumping into each other at every game. So hopefully I'll see him in Berlin.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be with us at some stage tonight. Oh, the Lions are roaring.
Yeah, so this was, I think, right at the end of the TV coverage yesterday. That's my brother, actually. I think I'm behind him somewhere, or I might have gone over myself and be on the floor somewhere.
I saw a couple on telly. It was just too quick. I thought, there's Lee. And the moment had gone, and I was trying to pause.
They normally find us the TV cameras, but we went and found them this time.
Well, I think we had a video as well somewhere. Where did the video? This one.
Orange.
And that was one of the quieter areas. We were actually there trying to move away and get to a quiet area because the done way is we just get beers from the supermarkets out here and drink them in the street. And that was us finding a quiet area. That was a few Dutch.
All right, shall I read some comments out, Ken?
Yeah, go on. A few comments, I'm sure.
That's Paul Hughes. Evening, Paul. Evening, all great. City Unseen video posted today. I've not seen that actually. We'll talk about Cov in a sec because there's obviously kind of breaking news or been breaking news over the last couple of days. But Glenn Cockerell, hi guys.
Evening.
3 messages from Glenn. Ollie Watkins was at Cov games at CBS watching with family and his kid. It says Lee's not coming home, but. But it is coming home. Glenn from Sky Blue Hill Bretons, I've muted Ken.
Did you mute me, Bob, on purpose, Claudia?
Oh, I've so wanted to mute you. Pete Doolan, it's going to be a tough game, but they are beatable. Hope it's coming home. Looking forward to seeing the new kit.
Yes, I think we all are.
Sky Blues 87. Should be released within a couple of days. That's the kit, obviously. Hector says, evening all.
Evening.
And your average Cov fan. Watching Holland was like watching Man United last season. No control or defensive shape, especially the first half. You know, which was unusual because they got Van Dijk. I mean, to be honest, I don't really rate that Ake much. I mean, you look at on paper, they're like a decent defense, but they're not that. I don't think they're that mobile. I think that was the problem. Van Dijk's not as fast as he used to be for a start. So,
I think going into the game, we did know that these were probably not as strong defensively as other teams we've come up against, which is a strange thing to say about one of the better teams in the tournament.
Yeah.
Your average Cov fan, best game Foden has had for England.
Yeah, I'll probably agree with that. Yeah.
I mean, it is interesting because the start of the tournament, hasn't he had a baby? Is that right?
Yeah, he left, didn't he? He left to come home.
Yeah,
he's missing that baby.
That can play in your mind, can't it? When he's there, maybe everything's fine, and it's a weight off his mind. He can just concentrate in football.
Yeah.
But as Roy Keane would say, he didn't have the baby.
Yeah.
Wayne Litwood finally 45 minutes. Only took 5 games. Second half was standard England performance.
Yeah, I think Holland. To be fair to Holland, they did their job on the second half, didn't they? But we found a way in the end, which was good.
Yeah, but they never looked like scoring. That's the difference, I think. Adam Shaw, we love conceding first. Sky Blue Sam, where are you all planning to watch the game on Sunday? Has Lee got a ticket?
Wow, have you got a ticket, Lee?
So tickets go on sale tomorrow for members from 7 o'clock. A bit like the way Coventry do it. You buy it and obviously there's less turnaround, so you get a couple of hours to buy your ticket. I'm in the 4th sales window, and that's guaranteed a ticket. So it won't be as cheap as say CJ who will definitely be in the 1st sales window, but Might be a bit more expensive, but I'm guaranteed a ticket. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good news. Yeah, that's good.
I think I'll be watching it at home. I don't do pubs for football. I just don't do it. I don't enjoy it. I like to.
I must admit, when I watch it at home, I can enjoy the match a bit more. You can concentrate and see what's going on. If you're in a pub, sometimes you miss things, don't you? And it's a bit loud, a bit rowdy. I must admit, I probably agree with you. I do enjoy watching it at home.
And I'm only 5'9", so I can't see anything. I get somebody to that's it. I don't see the game, you know. When I'm at home, I just got to contend with my wife, straighten her hair in front of me or something. I can just change seats. What about you, Jack? Where are you watching it?
Yeah, I've just watched every game at home. I've sent the missus upstairs, clear off. I'm watching the football. Yeah, just chilling out with a couple of beers, relaxing.
It's funny now because Caroline will watch it and she'll go, "I can't stand this. I've got to go and do something else. I can't watch it." It's like, you don't watch football. You can't stand watching it. Like last night, she said, "If this goes to extra time, I'm going to bed. I can't cope with extra time." Weird.
Got some more comments, haven't we? Yeah.
JSY Talks Football Fan Channel. Evening panel. Hope you're all well. Yes.
Good evening.
Right, the minute. Thank you. Graham Cockrell. When a defender's not get the ball first and hit a striker and he goes down, it has to be a free kick or penalty.
Well, yeah. It just all happened so quick, didn't it? I don't know nobody noticed it. But you get sometimes you get, as Harry Kane said afterwards, sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. And we're lucky we got it.
It's interesting though, all the ex-professionals bar Ian Wright said that's no way, that's a penalty.
Yeah.
And I think that's all you need to know, really, don't you?
Yeah. I know Gary Neville was going mad. There's never in a million years he's had a penalty, was he?
Well, yeah, but that's defensive people saying it's not a penalty, and the striker screaming that it is a pen. So that's what you expect, really.
Yeah, they're always going to do that.
Adam Shaw, Weghorst, and Depay are useless. Yeah, I thought when I knew Weghorst was coming on, I thought, well, he's no threat, is he? At all? What's he going to do? I was, and that just shows you the depth that Holland haven't got anymore in their squad.
I imagine Argentina thought that a couple of years ago.
Oh, true.
Yeah, when he scored a brace, didn't he?
Yeah. Wayne Littlewood, the penalty was a farce, so absolutely shocking decision. And if that went against Cov, we would be in uproar.
Here's my point on this. We've just had two comments. One says it's definite penalty. One says that's a farce penalty. So isn't VAR there to correct clear and obvious errors? So
yes,
you've got two people, two different opinions. This isn't a clear and obvious error, is it?
Yeah.
Spot on.
Glenn Watkin, Cov got a penalty v Oxford for a similar challenge on Palmer. That's right. Yeah.
Yes, I remember that actually. Yeah.
Definitely a penalty. That was. The biggest problem with VAR, it's down to someone's interpretation, and here lies the issue. It's like we said, we had the expert in the stadium saying that won't get referred, and it got referred. So,
and as soon as he refers the referee to go and have a look at it again, then 9 times out of 10, I've not seen them, go against it, have they? They normally give it.
There's no 9 times out of 10. I've never seen anyone.
No, I don't think I
decision.
No, I haven't. Not yet.
I look forward to the first one that does as well.
Yeah, I do actually. It'd be interesting.
And join even all, what a win!
It's
an amazing feeling. So pleased for CJ Lee and all the other travelling fans to get to a final overseas at last.
Absolutely.
Glenn Cockrell, Foden was fantastic last night and was so unlucky.
He was so unlucky. Yeah.
And this is from Wayne Littlewood. We did get lucky with the subs. Southgate generally leaves it too late, like Mark Robbins.
Two really unsuccessful managers, eh?
I know. Gavin Cole, love the clip of Hasselbank.
I love this actually.
Remembering his Dutch.
I forgot about Hasselbank being on the England backbench. And I seen it there and I thought, God, he's Dutch and he's like celebrating with England and that. It must be a weird feeling for him.
I'm not really sure.
He's striking coach, and look at the strike that's won the game. So he's just
CJ's heading for Dresden tonight, apparently, Anne says.
Oh, okay. So we might not be able to get hold of him tonight
then. And this is Stephen McGovern talking about the new kit. I think got to be good odds the away kit is orange. Not sure about that.
I don't know about that. But yeah, I don't. I say with that CJ going to Dresden, I don't know if that's going to affect him coming on tonight. It probably will. He's probably in transportation somewhere now on his way.
So Lee, looking ahead to Sunday, I'd imagine Spain are going to be full strength, aren't they, for that one?
Yeah, look like it, don't they? Did Pedri? Did he call? I don't even know if he came back from his injury when he went up against Germany. But apart from that, and look, I think since the start of the tournament, everyone says these are the best team. Spain are the best team in the tournament by a long way so far. But what we also said is normally the teams that win the tournament get better as the tournament goes on. Very irregular to a team that start well. Keep that up all the way. So that's the hope we're taking from the tournament so far.
So it's unusual that you get a team win 6 games in a row as well, like Spain have done so far. And you kind of think surely they can't win another one. That seems like a hell of an effort to do that. I mean, they're capable, obviously, and they've got 2 tricky wingers. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be. I think it'd be quite tight. I think
but definitely another team that aren't going to sit back against us, and so.
No. So there's going to be chances. I think there's going to be definitely going to be goals. Would you make any changes to the England team then, Lee, or would you keep it as it is?
I think the only person last night that he got taken off at half time was Trippier. I still don't like the balance of him being left back. Shaw's now got a couple of run outs under his belt. I'm still not sure he's got 90 minutes in him, but I just like I prefer the balance of Shaw at left back. It looks like we've gone back to the 4-2-3-1. So the 3 at the back didn't last very long. So, look, wouldn't it be horrible for Trippier as a person to have played 6 games and then miss out on the final? But I think I'd start with Shaw personally.
You start with Shaw. Jack, would you make any changes to the final team for the final?
No, I wouldn't. I think I'd rather Shaw off the bench. I think if Shaw can't last 90 minutes, I'd rather him come on than go off. Because if you go off, you feel like if he goes off and you put Trippier on, you feel like you're getting weaker team out of that. And for the last 30 minutes, you don't want a weaker team on the pitch. I'd much rather start Trippier if it's not working at half time. Shaw's fit enough to do a half. If he then has to do extra time, he'll do it. And if we have to throw Konza or Gomez at left back for 20 minutes in extra time, they'll manage. I would much rather Shaw come off the bench, personally. Obviously, I'd love him to play if he's fit enough. But, yeah, I think I'd rather him off the bench. So no changes for me.
Yeah, probably.
Was he injured? Is that why he took him off?
No, the balance just wasn't right.
Right.
I don't think he wanted to risk Shaw from the start, did he? Because of his fitness. That was the issue. Whether he does that in the final is going to be a bit of a risk if he does. I thought. I think, knowing Southgate, he'd probably stay on the safe side, wouldn't he? And maybe enable and change the team again, because that's what he normally does, and then bring the subs on as and when required. Really.
What you can't do against Spain is concede the game straight away, and I think. With that, I mean, is they can roll you over if they get into a flow. So you got to make sure you're in that game. You cannot do, like they can easily be 3 up in about 20 minutes, I think, if they wanted to.
Yeah.
Some of the players they got. So you just got to make it really difficult for them. You got to stop. Rodri will try and dictate. So somebody's got to sit on him all the time and just stop him. You can sacrifice a player really to do that, I think.
Kick Mainu on him because Mainu will run rings around him with his pace. Exactly.
And then of course you got to stop the ball going out wide. That's their attack. It's out wide mainly, and I think if England do that, they got, and this is the key, isn't it? Would that be Trippier against Nico Williams? Would it? No, it'd be against the young lad, the 16-year-old, wouldn't he?
16-year-old, yeah.
I think it'd tear him apart, to be honest. And that's the issue. He was getting caught out in other games, wasn't he? Early on, Trippier. And if that 16-year-old catches him out, we're in trouble. So I think we've got to basically, I'm saying we here. What's going on?
You've been turned. You've been turned, Claudia.
I've been living here 9 years ago. I think you just got to stop. Yeah, they got to stop the flow of their game, and it doesn't matter if it looks bloody miserable. It doesn't matter because the end is the result. That's what counts. And I've said this in 20 years' time. People won't remember if you've managed to scuff a 1-0 win. It's on the record books. It's a win. So I mean, he doesn't need to play to the gallery now. Southgate, you're in the final. Just win the final, and in whatever means they need to do it. Simple as that.
I think it'll be quite an open game. I think there'll be goals in it. What would your score prediction be then, Claudia? What would you go for?
I think Spain will nick it, but something like a 2-1.
Extra time or not?
No, in normal time.
Normal time.
I just think they just got a little bit more. I think, but yeah.
Yeah, they have impressed me, to be honest. Spain have, but I just think England can nick it. I do. Lee, what's your prediction?
I'm going to go with a 1-1. It's going all the way, this one. Penalty shootout. And
there's no problem then. You know how good we are.
Like before, yeah.
No problem with penalties, have we now? Surely.
Spain not good at penalties either in previous ones. So.
What are you saying, Jack?
I really don't know. 1-1 sounds likely when we win on pens. 2-1 Spain nick it maybe after extra time. I don't know. I can't pick it. I just can't.
No, it's going to be tight.
Too nervous, but too excited.
I think England will win it. I think 2-1. I think they'll win in normal time as well. I don't think we'll go to extra time. I think England will come out all guns blazing and get a couple of goals, and I think they'll go ahead for a change instead of coming from behind. So be interesting. But we've got a few more comments, I think, haven't we, Claudia?
Yeah. A few score predictions.
Yeah.
Did Kane get booked for going on the pitch to celebrate the winner with his shirt on and not a bib?
I don't think so.
I think different rules apply in this. It's just a given, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's just a job's worth, the one at Wolves that day.
Yeah.
Steve McGovern, would you give Watkins 30 minutes?
I'd certainly give him a bit longer, if need be. I'd give him a bit longer than he had. Not longer than 30 minutes, but longer than he had. You
might not see him at all.
I would have given 30 minutes, so it's a tough one now, isn't it? And
yeah, it all depends how the game's going, doesn't it? I suppose.
But it could be an Ivan Toney game. So obviously Watkins was more favoured in this one, but Toney more favoured in the previous two. So it depends what Southgate sees fit.
And there's some players, of course, we haven't even seen much of, like Gordon. Have we, Anthony Gordon?
Bowen.
Yeah. Players like
Wharton's not played a minute.
No.
I think anyone we haven't seen by now, we won't see on Sunday.
No.
Yeah.
Webby Sports Roundup. Webby, PSB Sunny Tenerife. The same team, we won't change it.
Yeah.
What if Webby knows anything about that, where that lad's disappeared to? Webby, Spain's odds on now to win. They're the they are the only country to have won every game. Graham Cockerell, Spain's 16-year-old player, he's something else, is one player who could stop us winning.
Just going back to that, you're on about injuries. Did you see Morata got taken out by a fan that ran on, or security guard trying to get the fan? That could be something that falls in our favour.
Yeah, it's behind the goal, wasn't it? When they were celebrating, there's some
not sure. He's been pretty poor at this tournament. There's so many people getting on the pitch. They need to do something about this with people running on the pitch and that at the end. It's a bit mental. Webby Sports Roundup, 2 on England, 90 minutes. How about Christine Taylor? Scrappy 1-0 win either way. According to Adam Shaw, Watkinson used to watch Coventry at the Rico regularly in a post-match interview for Exeter in 2014. It's one of our own, isn't it? So, moving on from England, we are Sky Blue Fans TV. And it's been a strange couple of days, hasn't it? I posted something on Facebook about saying what's going on. No sponsors, no kit, no more signings, no this, no that. I thought I'm having a slow day at work, and it blew up.
And then all of a sudden,
they start telling us about all these sponsors, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah.
But it seems the whole thing seems a bit strange at the minute. It's all gone a bit quiet, hasn't it? And I know they're slowly announcing stuff. But I did notice that the kit last season was announced on the 14th of July. I was looking at something today. So it's similar again, isn't it, to last season, the timeline.
Yeah.
But I'm just a bit surprised. I mean, I think it was the worst kept secret that Monzo was going to be sponsoring the shirt. But I'm just surprised just 1 year, which is odd. I mean, we need somebody for like 4 or 5 years, don't we? Guaranteed.
Yeah. I'm surprised as well. Just before we start, Lee, you've got to go, haven't you? You've got to.
I have. Today's meant to be a work day for me. I've got to have a busy 3 days ahead. Berlin tomorrow. I can't see me doing much work, so worked with you guys. Thanks for having us. I will try and see you from Berlin on Sunday.
Yeah, and best luck, mate, and hopefully we'll come back with a trophy.
See you, mate. All the best.
See you, mate. Cheers. Well, there you go. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I agree with a long-term sponsor, like we used to have with Peugeot, etc. We haven't really had a long one, have we? Since, well, can't remember the long. That's Peugeot.
We had Allsop and Allsop for 2 years. Then they disappeared, and then they came back for a year. And I think we had Mid Repro on the back of the shirt for a couple of years, and then they were the front sponsors in between the two Allsop and Allsop. So we had a couple of consistent sponsors that were around us, but nothing set in stone long term. 4 years, you're on the front, done and done, move on.
Yeah,
we're missing that. And I know we've had a change of ownership, and we obviously had Will filling in last year. But yeah, we could do with a long term, wherever it is on the shirt, back, socks, neck, shorts, shin pads, I don't know, somewhere.
I think Gwen has announcing sponsors been such a big thing. It's weird, isn't it? That it's like a big deal. I mean, they probably do it because obviously it gives us coverage for the sponsor, but it's not a big announcement. A short
XL Motors have pulled out on the shirt sleeve. That's been replaced by somebody else. I'm not sure who the new people are, but XL Motors are out, and Coventry Building Society are no longer on the back. That's King of Shaves, I understand, who were the front ones last year.
Yeah, I imagine a bit weird, isn't it? Because obviously CBS on the back and having Monzo on the front is sort of too bad.
I think that was the issue. I don't think Coventry Building Society were very happy about Monza going on the front, and I think there was a bit of an issue there. So I'm hearing, and that's why Coventry Building Society have pulled out from the back of the shirt. So King of Shaves has again stepped in as a last resort sort of thing.
I just find it funny that Gary Hoffman seems to be everywhere. What with connections to Frasers, Cov Building Society,
he'll be next season.
Yeah, well, he just seemed to be everywhere. To be honest, he was part of Cov Building Society. Now he left. He left there. He's now like a CEO for Monza now, isn't he?
I think he's left that role. I've heard online today.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. In all honesty, it's just what I've read today on the Facebook.
And then he's certainly part of Mark Ashley's team at CBS, isn't he? He's been brought in to do a job there as well, isn't he? So he is sort of hanging around. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. And do you think it's a matter of time, Claudio, before Mark Ashley takes over the club permanent?
It seems odd. I mean, I'm quite happy with Doug King. Not a problem. Not a problem. But it seems odd that you would acquire a stadium when you know there's a football club who play there and not make a bid for the football club who at the time the owners were happy to sell.
Yeah.
How do we know he didn't make a bid?
Well, I think if he had, he'd have got it because it'd have been
So Mike Ashley obviously got the exclusivity for the stadium. Maybe Doug got the exclusivity for the club, and it just so happened that neither knew about the other one.
Possibly. But if we really want to go forward, we need more than a few million, and this is the issue. It depends what we want.
You need to own the stadium, don't you?
Yeah, well, and you need enough financial backing that you can get you out the mess when you need it. You know, it's I don't know. It's unfortunately that's the way it is. It's interesting to see that the two Newcastle, I can't remember the names now. They've dropped down. So I don't know what's going on there. But I just feel if we want to really go forward, we need more finances, and we can't just do it with just money from the fans. It can't work that way because we're never ever going to generate enough cash, but just between the fans. You know, our fan base isn't big enough worldwide. It isn't big enough. You know, we're not selling, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 million shirts every season like some of the big clubs around the world.
You
know, and things like that. I don't know. I feel we need somebody with loads of cash if we want to go into the Premier League. But it depends what the fan base wants. I mean, to be honest, it'd be great to get promoted. I like the Championship. I actually like the Championship.
Well, it's competitive. It's you don't know, anybody can beat anybody on the day in the Championship, can't they? As we all know.
It's just ridiculous that you see Burnley and Sheffield United, who played really well to get out of this division, look an absolute wreck in the Premier League.
And that was my big fear going up. I didn't want us to get hammered in the league.
And we've only just got the fans back, if you think about it. And what we don't need is a season in the Premier League where it's going to be awful. I mean, the ground will probably sell out because it's the Premier League. Then the following year, I don't know. I'd like to think people would stick around, but the worry is that they won't.
Well, I mean, then other days we could go and do like a Southampton, couldn't you, and stay up there for a few years like they have, or Brighton. Look at Brighton.
Well, exactly. Brighton, Brentford, Fulham. As far as I'm concerned, we are bigger than those.
Yeah, they're no bigger than the football club, but fan base, definitely not. You know, so could easily do like a Brighton, definitely.
And they get 30,000 regularly, don't they? And of course, once you get up there, hundreds of million, 120 million a year, that's what keeps you up there.
Yeah.
You know. So I asked Jack. So he did a little. What do you call it, Jack? What you did?
A squad depth analysis, maybe.
Yeah. And because we're trying to work out how many players we need, because we also. I mean, I said on there we need at least 6 or 7 players, but that's just me saying some numbers because I'm presuming a couple are still going to leave before the transfer deadline. So Jack came up to this and he can talk us through it.
Yeah, so I've put players in the positions that they have played for us. You'll notice players appear more than once on the list if they've played multiple positions for us. For example, I've put Van Iwick right back and right wing. I've got Latibeaudiere in 3 positions as well. I've only put Rudoni in the centre attacking midfield option because I just don't know enough about him. I don't know if he's played on the wing. So apologies if he can play on the wing and I've not included him. The colour system is just my personal opinion, in all honesty. Green, to me, means they're good enough to start. No one would bat an eyelid and that they could do a job for us at the top end of the division. Amber is they can play there. They'll do a job, but I wouldn't necessarily say they'd be a starting player in the biggest games or regularly across the season. And red is they have played there for us, but maybe aren't up to scratch at all. There's only 4 of them, and one's never actually played for the first team anyway. So that was just my take on the players' ability and opinions, and obviously that's to be discussed. And obviously more of the fact that it highlights the positions where we only have one proper first team player. For example, right back, right centre back, we've got a first choice player, but if they're injured, suspended, we're then scraping the barrel.
Right. So you've got goalkeepers, Collins, Wilson, Bell. That's what we've got at the minute anyway.
Yeah. This is on the books as of today.
Yeah.
So anyone could leave in the next few days, and obviously anyone could come in. So I'm not accounting for anything like that.
Right. The left centre back, Binks, Kitchen. Right centre back, Thomas, Latibeaudiere. Then you've gone right back, Van Iwick, Latibeaudiere, Burrows or Eccles. Centre mids, we've got Sheaf, Eccles, Latibodiere one side, Torp, Allen, Howley. And then you've got the left side, you've got Bidders, Bidwell, Silver, Burrows as well, because he can play there as well. On the left side, forward-wise, left wing, Mason Clark, right, Rodriguez, Borges, and Palmer. On the right side, Sakamoto, Rodriguez, Borges, Tavares, Ivac can play there. Palmer, Rodoni, Torp, Allen, as centre midfield, attacking midfielder. Strikers, Sims, Wright, and Tavares. So how many players is that? Can you remember off the top of your head without?
No. In all honesty, I haven't thought about it. I can count.
So I wouldn't be surprised if, looking at that, Burrows, Howley go out on loan again.
And Tavares maybe as well.
Tavares. Well, there's talk about he could be going, couldn't he? Somebody's coming in for him or something.
25 players. 25 players.
25 players.
But if you take out the Reds, 21.
21. So we probably do need another 5 players. I know it sounds a lot, but it's surprising how quickly people get suspended and injured. But it's where we need them, isn't it? So if we were going to choose, say, 4 players, not actual players, the positions, where do you think we should be looking at? Me personally, I think we're still short of 2 forwards, actual strikers, because Godden's gone, and I with him gone, that's one missing. We haven't got a deadly finisher, I don't think. So I feel we need 2 more, and also middle and midfield for me as well. We need. I feel we need a couple of wow signings, not over the top, but where I know we spent 9 million on Haji Wright. No one had heard of him. Yeah, so it'd be nice to sign somebody where you go, wow, I didn't expect that one. Yeah, because I think the fan base need that as well. Surely, we're buying the tickets. I think we need something to grab hold of, don't we? Yeah, I don't know what you guys think. I'll take that off. Shall I take that off the screen now?
Yeah.
So I can see your faces. So what do you think, Ken?
I definitely think a forward, definitely one, and an attacking midfielder. Yeah, definitely, because O'Hare's gone. We're going to miss him, obviously. We need someone to replace him. Definitely need another forward, and I still think we need a goalkeeper. Personally, I don't know where you think where you stand on the goalkeeper situation, Jack. Do you think we need a goalkeeper?
Yeah, I mean it's the only position we haven't got a green colour in, from my opinion. That to me means sort it out urgently. We haven't got a first choice keeper that can command. Collins looked good at parts last season. Wilson looked good at parts last season, but they also both look shocking in parts last season. So to me, fix your biggest problem. You stop the goals going in, we make the playoffs easily last season. Simple as. So a goalie for me. I'm a big advocate of the spine of the team. So I think we've got 3 first choice centre backs to play 2 positions. So I think we're okay. Another centre mid, obviously we've got Sheaf, Torp if he stays fit. Eccles are good enough, but if we can get a real enforcer in that midfield, shore it up, protect the defence a bit as well. That's another one. And then I'm not sure about the striker, in all honesty, because if you want to play Haji as a number 9, like Sims, we've got 2 strikers that both bagged almost 20 goals last season. That doesn't need improvement in my book. However, if you want to play Haji out on the left, where he was deployed for most of last season, you've then got no formal backup to Sims. So therefore, you need a striker. So we either need to say right to striker, we need another winger, or we need to say Wright was much, much better off the left. Stick him out there. Mason Clark can cover on the right if Sakamoto's not around. And then we need another backup winger. I know we've got Rodriguez Borges in, but we just have no idea what he's going to be like. He could be another Sakamoto. He could be another Peter Vincenti. We've got no idea. So if you go for a forward, we need either a striker or a winger, and then go horses for courses.
I just feel we're lacking a proper fox in the box. We haven't got anybody nippy up front as a goal scorer, and I don't think we're going to get enough goals without that. Sims got a lot of goals in the cup for a start, I just feel we just needs a bit more quality up front.
Yeah, I probably agree with that. I do think.
And also, Ken, defensively, we could do with a bit more experience as well. So whether or not you get an experienced keeper in or an experienced centre half like Fads, but 5 years younger, because these guys, at the end of the day, we signed players who got relegated to League One, and we've done similar this season. We've brought players out of League One, and somebody's gone down to League One. We just need a bit. We need to be buying more quality.
I mean, Kitchen and Bobby Thomas did okay, didn't they? And then they went through a bit of a rough spell, didn't they? Then where they kept scoring own goals and making stupid mistakes. Especially Kitchen. I don't know what got into in the last few matches, but he seemed to have lost his form altogether, didn't he?
Well, he won't be starting the season, will he? I think suspended at least for the first game. I think
he is. Yeah, he's suspended, isn't he? Because he got sent off. So yeah, definitely. I think we need an experienced centre half, a bit like Fads, a little bit younger, but somebody to come in and marshal them at the back, if you like. But Bobby Thomas did all right. I was impressed with Bobby Thomas. I thought he did okay, and I think the signing of Binks on a permanent deal is fantastic.
Yeah,
he didn't get enough game time for me last year. He didn't play nowhere near as many games as he should have. But that's because we started well enough. We started well. He couldn't change the team, could we? Because Fads started really well, if you remember. And the others said he didn't have a place for him. He was on the bench for a lot of the games, wasn't he?
Well, that was all strange to start the season because he paid $4.5 million for him, whatever it was, and he just sat him on the bench, which I thought was a bit odd.
Yeah.
I thought if you're that keen on him.
Robbins bled Kitchen through perfectly. And when he, we established a back four with Collins in goal, with Kitchen alongside Thomas, it was great for a while. As soon as Kitchen hit that first red card, we didn't have a settled back four for the rest of the season. You can say obviously Van Iwick with his injury and Latty going out at right back as well, and the occasional switch back to a back five, which didn't work. But from that first red card between Christmas and New Year, when Kitchen was sent off after the final whistle, we did not have a settled defence. And that is a major, major worry going into this season. If we can't get settled defence and goalkeeper, which we didn't, we are not going to keep clean sheets.
So if I put this up again, right? Currently, then, if you look at that, who would you say are our nailed-on starters?
At the moment.
Now, we haven't seen Mason Wright play or Rodriguez, but who would you say you'd expect to see start?
Well, you could say, there's 15 greens there. You could say 11 of those last season's first team. So Van Iwick, Thomas, Binks or Kitchen, probably Binks at the moment, Bidwell, Sheaf, either Eccles or Torp if Torp, Palmer, Sakamoto, Sims, Wright. That is just last season's starting 11.
Yeah.
Or 10 minus the goalie, of course.
But you see, I think, it's maybe controversial, I don't think Bidwell is good enough for us to get out of the championship. He's good enough to play in the championship, but is he good enough to get us out of the championship?
I think he's good enough to get us out of the championship. He wouldn't be good enough in the Prem.
You think so? I always think the left-hand side is our weakest side. I've always thought that compared to the right. Yeah, to me, you got Van Iwick and Sakamoto. That's just awesome. Yeah. The other side, I don't think it's as strong. I just do not think it is at the minute. We shall see. I'd like to see Torp and Sheaf starting the centre.
Yeah, definitely.
I like Rodoni. What I've seen of him. So it'd be interesting. This is why we're not managers, and we just do it.
But of course, you can play Mason Clark up front as well, couldn't you, if need be?
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
As a forward rather than a winger. So, but it all depends on a lot of things, doesn't it? Injuries. I just thought we were a bit short last year, weren't we? On when we come to it.
I still think personally the problem lies in defence. I know you both say you want a striker. Personally, I don't think we do. The season we got to the playoff final, we kept 20 clean sheets, or 20 in the league, and then 2 in the playoffs, and we scored 58 goals in 46 league games. So we conceded less, but we scored less. This season just gone, we scored 69 goals in the league campaign, and we kept 12 clean sheets. So, you know, we scored more, but we conceded a hell of a lot more. So to me, it's the defensive issue.
Yeah, we changed the way we played from the season before. Because our problem is when we went a bit open, we became open all over the pitch last season, especially defensively. Whereas the season before, we scored less, we were actually tighter. We played on the break, didn't we? So we did seem to pack out the defence a lot more. I don't know whether or not Mr. Robbins been told to put out an entertaining team there. I don't know, but it just seems it was a kind of change of style. But if we're going to be open, then we do need, I suppose, defenders who can cope with being, two at the back at times or something and clearing up the mess. A bit like Man City do. You know, everybody goes forward, but you rely on two central defenders to tidy up all the time, and a Kyle Walker to run around the back. But we haven't got that, have we?
If only.
But we've got Van Iwick in that. He's rapid.
Yeah, he's rapid. True.
Yeah, that could work.
I mean, I expect a couple of loans to come in. I do as well. Maybe loans from a good young players from Premier League clubs that are, you know, not quite make it in their first team, and they're good quality players and need to go out on loan. And I expect us to get a couple of loan players. So, in what positions, I don't know. Maybe one of them is going to be a defender.
But they don't seem to want to have loan players, though, Ken. You know, that whole. They seem to be quite pleased that we weren't getting loans in last season.
Yeah, if the players are out there and we've got enough money to buy them and the price is right, then yeah, bring them in as our own players. But I just think I've just got a funny feeling he's going to use the loan market a little bit more than he did last year. So, I mean,
I'll read some of these comments out.
Messages, yeah.
Graham Cockrell, I had no expectations at the start of the tournament, so what will be will be. Obviously talking about England. Webby Sports Roundup, Matt Letizia just turned up in my village for 2 weeks, hoping to interview him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Dave Saunders, 3-1 England.
Oh, confident.
As my wife said, because she's a language teacher, and she said, I really hope England win, because the Spanish language teacher was being a real pain when they went to the trip to France and Germany the other week. Just wouldn't stop going on about Spain. You know, it's like made worse because they beat Italy as well. So that didn't help. Mark Rainbow, I'd expect a bit of a splurge of players over the next week. The fact that it's gone a bit quiet would suggest we're chipping away at a few potentials.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the backroom staff are normally quite good, aren't they, in getting players in?
Yeah, I've probably been impatient because it just feels like nothing's happened. But obviously, there's been the Euros. It just feels like when there's football going on, you feel like there should be other stuff going on to do with the football as well. But people are on holiday, aren't they, and doing whatever. Yeah. Ralph Wiggins, I agree with you all. Need a goalie. Covandy, does anyone else think that Wilson now looks like Jim Carrey? He's grown his hair.
I can see it.
Graham Cockrell, a good goalkeeper will give you 10 more points than an average keeper.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah, he probably would. You know, I mean, look at the season when Ben Wilson won Golden Glove and we had that fantastic defence, didn't we? He won a lot more points.
M. Coop 37. Is VAR coming to the Championship this season? I think it is, isn't it?
I don't think it is it? I don't think they've decided. I think
not yet.
Not yet.
If it is, there's nothing formal.
I think they're delaying it for another season at least, I think.
Are they? Ralph Wiggins, it's a pity we lost Brown to Sunderland. I'm not even sure we're going for him, Ralph. The problem is there's so many people just make up their own rumours and they're using so many different sources. And it's like, I think Wayne said it to somebody, a clock is right twice a day, isn't it? Eventually you're going to get one right. There's so many rooms. Like this keeper, is he going to sign? It's been going on for weeks. Asante was another one. Is he the player I'm on about, the nippy striker? Although he didn't really score a lot of goals, but he brings something else to the game. Mark Cunningham, I agree with Ken, at least one more striker purely because of injuries or suspension. A strong left winger and a keeper that will command the box. Accrington, Cartwright, Mason Clark can play as a striker too. I feel sorry for Mason Clark. There's a lot of expectation on that lad, isn't there now?
Well, he's coming in, isn't he? And
the anticipation of waiting all this time for him. Mark Rainbow, if we sign a new striker, it would be better if he's different to Sims and Wright so that we can change things in the game. Ralph Wiggins, absolutely. Binks is quality. Graham Cockerell, Mason Clark, he is a forward. Every time I've seen him play, he's always come in from the left.
Yeah, he's definitely predominantly played as a left winger.
Mark, be interesting to see where he does play for us and what Robbins has planned for him, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think he'll be out wide. Mark, Sims can play on the wing. Mason Clark can play as a 10, apparently. Ralph Wiggins, I think he's good enough to get us out of the championship. It's obviously talking about Bidwell. Dave Saunders, Palmer and Latty have had no rest. Of course, they've been...
Jamaica, yeah.
In fairness, I've seen some of those games, and trust me, they've had a rest.
They've been on the bench mostly, haven't they? Hadji's been on the bench.
Did anybody see Nunes as well? The Uruguay-Colombia match? Where he's in the crowd. He's in the crowd fighting the Colombian fans.
Apparently, what happened was there were some fans. He was in the family end. He went in to get his family out because the family were being abused by Colombia fans. This is what's come out, and he's gone in to get his family out of the way. Obviously, and that's what's happened.
He got more on target than he did during the season. He was chucking in some punches. It was ridiculous. He could get banned, surely. What was he doing?
Well, I don't know why he's gone to do that, but that's the jobs of security people, isn't it? They should be there to do that.
There's a pub in Warwick, my pub actually, the King's Head, where the landlady's Colombian, and we happened to be in there a couple of weeks when they were playing Costa Rica. It's full of Colombian fans. It was incredible. It was such a great night. We just walked in and we didn't realise they were playing. They got it on the telly.
What, these Colombian fans live locally then? They've just come.
Well, yeah, they just live. Yeah, they wouldn't come all the way from Colombia just to the Warwick to watch.
Are they fans of? I mean, is the landlady originally from Colombia?
Yeah. They do great tapas actually and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just funny. So, and of course, when they scored, it was just a great atmosphere. We just joined in, and we were saying, "Come on, let's cheer Costa Rica just for a laugh and see what happens."
Wow.
So James Hollyoak, agreed defensively we were poor last season. Ralph Wiggins, the season before we had better defenders. Well, and the season before we had defenders who could deal with crosses.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem was we had a back five that were all on loan.
Yes.
Yeah. That is the downside of the loan situation, isn't it? When you get too many.
Steve McGovern, I can't believe Peterborough haven't had a bid for Harrison Burrows from us.
They might have, and they might not meet the valuation.
This is from Gibbo. I feel a bit deflated in the lack of signs recently and agreed with Claudio's Facebook rant.
Which one was that? He has quite a few.
You need a goalkeeper, experienced centre-back, midfield enforcer, centre-forward minimum, need a pick-me-up. I was merely just showing my frustrations, basically. It wasn't ranting. It wasn't meant to come off. It was meant to be a little gentle persuasion. That's all it was.
Well, it certainly got them going, didn't it? They released all these sponsors all of a sudden and stuff. And
it's all Claudio's fault.
Well, you never know, do you? You never know what goes on behind the scenes, do you?
Never know who's watching. They might be into you all the time.
But it just seemed weird. It's just funny. I thought that I did that, and I thought, well done, Coventry. You made me look a bit of a muppet there.
Watch, we'll start signing a load of players now for it.
But the problem is as well, I don't even know where they look for these players because they're so random, aren't they? Some of the signings. Hadji Wright was out of the blue, wasn't it? No one expected that.
They have got. They did, I mean, a couple of years ago, didn't they? They revitalised the backroom staff, if you like, didn't they? They employed a lot more people, a lot more scouts in different places, in different countries and stuff. So maybe we've got like obviously an overseas scout that goes and watches games overseas all the time and reports back.
I was surprised with Ellis Sims, to be honest. You know, because I just thought he'd go somewhere else. He wouldn't come to Cov. You know, so it's interesting. This is a Quinton Cartwright. Good question. I don't think we'll get a new assistant manager. I think you might be right there. You know,
you don't think we will?
Because a lot of clubs have the main man, and then they just have a load of coaches, don't they?
Yeah,
that happens at a lot of places. They don't have an official number 2, do they? I don't know. I mean, and who would you have? I mean, who is that? I've heard a rumor about Robert Page, which I think,
yeah, I've heard Robert Page. Robbins will know if he needs somebody or not, won't he? Obviously, he was quite close to AD, and AD's left for, you know, we all sort of got a good idea of why he left, reasons, even though Robbins hasn't come out and said it. It's just one of those. It's just one of those things, and he's left and got to move on. He was fantastic for us. Let's get no mistake about that. AD Vivas was brilliant, and I'm sure he'll get another job somewhere else. He'll pop up somewhere else and get another job, no doubt about that. But I'm sure Robbins will have someone in mind to come in. I think
it was all a bit strange, wasn't it? I think, but there you go.
It was. It all happened so quick, didn't it? To be honest, nobody expected it.
James Hollyoak, do you think we have any money for signings, or are we waiting to get the freebies? Well, this is the key, isn't it? I don't know what money we have got. I think everybody thought, I mean, Gyökeres could still go to Arsenal, Chelsea, whatever, but I think people thought we'd get, but we're not going to get loads from that, are we? We'll get about 10 to 12 million.
We've got a lot of money from the season tickets that have come in, and we've got money from the FA Cup run last year and all the TV money that we had. And I suppose he's still got a bit of money left over from last year because he didn't spend all of it, did he?
I bet he was dangling a carrot in front of O'Hare with a million or so signing bonus. So I'm sure some upfront cash that he was willing to throw O'Hare's way that he can reinvest.
Yeah, and nothing's happened on that yet. He hasn't gone anywhere yet, has he? We haven't heard anything. So
not our problem.
Not our problem now, as you're right. He's moved on. We've got to just forget about him and move on, I suppose. But disappointing, but there you go.
Yeah. Graham says, I'm glad the club don't do recruitments in the press. I quite like the unknowns, like Van Ivek, people like that. It's quite good, isn't it?
They've been really good, some of the unknown players that have come in. Sakamoto. Nobody knew how you write. Sakamoto has been brilliant.
Dave Saunders, Gary McAllister as a number 2. I don't know.
Gary Matt would be a good number 2. He knows the club, doesn't he?
Michael Doyle.
Possibly, yeah. Michael Doyle.
And according to Quinton Cartwright, doesn't look like they've even advertised for the job so far, apparently.
Well, maybe they haven't advertised because maybe they've got someone in mind that's already. I don't
Mark
know.
Cunningham, have we had the money from Sheffield United for Hamey yet?
I don't think so. Not all of it.
But nobody does, do they? They just don't. They don't pay all the money. It very rarely happens.
Dribs and drabs.
Yeah, it's a strange way they do business, football clubs. But they're signing players though. Yeah, I thought there's some sort of issues with them spending. I don't know. No, it seems to me they've dropped down into the Championship and they're under another load of different rules and regulations now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't quite know how it all works, all this spending stuff, but obviously they've got to watch their spending, what they spend, and the money they come in compared with the money that goes out. I think that's work it out. So maybe they've spent a little bit more than they should on wages and stuff.
Right. They're all the comments.
Yeah. Well, that's about it. I mean, we anything more? We're going to discuss about. We're hoping by now to have a new kit, but as we know, we haven't got a new kit yet. We're still waiting. Any time now, it's going to be released. We're hearing the away kit's white. We've seen a leak of that.
Actually, no, that's not the goalie kit.
Well, that's what I said. It looks like a goalie kit. It's very plain, isn't it?
It wouldn't be that kit above my head, would it, Ken?
Right, Monzo on it on felt tip, Claudia. You saw
Where'd you get that one from? Is that just a t-shirt? What is that?
It's the Leamington Warwick Supporters Club.
That's Hummel, yeah, that's right, yeah. Well, that's what it looks like.
Hummel. It's a proper one, yeah.
It looks like it.
I know.
And then I've heard the away kit's black, so I believe so. But we haven't seen any. Again, we haven't seen.
Are we playing in it on Saturday against Leamington? Therefore, will it have to come out tomorrow?
Well, that's the next question. Can we play the under-21s? Play Leamington, don't they, on Saturday?
Mm.
I presume they don't need a kit unless they play in last season's kit. That's the only thing.
But they might have to take all the sponsors off it.
Yeah, as it's a friendly, it might not be in the contract to have the new sponsor on. I don't know. I don't know where they are with that, but my suggestion, I would like to think they're playing a new kit on Saturday. I think the club have got it. They must have it already.
Yeah, I think announcement tomorrow. I was expecting an announcement this morning, as Claudio knows from my messages, but obviously we had I just assumed that the sponsor announcement would come with a kit, but
yeah,
maybe like you've said, they want the media for the sponsors, they want their media bit, and then the following day we'll put out a kit. So
yeah,
I'd still expect a kit release tomorrow, 10, 11 a.m, maybe midday, and then
I think the club have got all their kit, the playing kit, obviously to play in, but it's just obviously the kit that's got to go on sale probably is not quite ready yet to go in the shops. But I certainly expect them to release at least some sort of pictures of it tomorrow.
Yeah, you'd think they'd make a big hoo-ha about it, have a proper launch date and everything, wouldn't you? Well in advance, saying where.
Well, they did. I mean, they did last year. Eventually, they had a launch at the shop, didn't they? I know they were late last year, but they had a launch day at the shop, didn't they? If you remember rightly.
Well, like I said, it was the 14th, I think, July last year when it actually came out.
Yeah, so we're not far off. Any time.
Other news: Everton tickets go on sale for season ticket holders tomorrow for the friendly.
Yeah,
what do we think about the price for that and the fact that they're not offering any points?
Yeah, see, I think they miss out. They should, even that away game at Stevenage, should offer points for it. But I suppose the problem is because they're only 15 quid, people will buy it just for the points. It's sad that it is. They will do.
See, I would have liked for the Werder Bremen game. I reckon for that, maybe do 20 quid a ticket, 25 quid a ticket at a push, but give out 10 points. Let's go and fill the stadium a week before the season kicks off, and let's really get behind the lads, because that game we know will be a first team, if not pretty much the starting 11 that will start the following week. So I reckon let's get the stadium filled, give out some points to encourage it, and let's get behind the lads.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, they're flying out to Spain, I believe, on Sunday or Monday. They've got a training camp in Spain, and they've got a behind closed doors game against Getafe.
Yeah.
Which unfortunately fans can't go and watch. So I would have gone out there and watched the game, unfortunately, but it's a behind closed doors game, so there's no fans allowed, so there's no point going out there. But I will be going to Germany at the end of the month to see them play. So hopefully they'll get a couple of victories in them games. And we'll see a bit more of the team and the way they're going to line up and stuff, and new players coming in. So it'll be interesting to see what happens over the next few weeks. But the friendlies, we've got a friendly against Stevenage as well, haven't we? Away.
Yeah, my wedding anniversary, which I quickly realised I can't go to.
Can't go to that one.
Yeah, I thought, never mind.
Yeah,
never mind.
That's the first team game. I presume the game against Leamington on Saturday is under 21s, isn't it? Yeah.
Normally is.
They might play a couple of the first teamers in, I suppose, but they'll be getting ready to go to fly out to Spain.
The only first teamers that will be involved are if anyone's touch and go with an injury and they just need a run out. Same with the Stratford game. I think in a week or so that'll be kids as well.
Yeah. And Cov Andy just said actually that about the Spain game, the game in Spain against Getafe will be live on their YouTube channel, on the Spanish channel, so you'll be able to watch that. So against Getafe,
guarantee there'll be a Cov fan outside a fence somewhere that you can just about hear on the YouTube video.
Oh, there'll be probably fans out there. There'll be probably fans out there that live out there or on holiday or whatever. Guaranteed there'll be some sort of COF fans somewhere, and I wouldn't be surprised if they managed to get in somehow.
They'll get in the city unseen.
Because we went out there to watch me and Miles went out there one year, and we went up to watch the training and everything. They were supposed to have that year. They were going to have a game, then it got called off, but we were out there anyway. So we stayed out there, and then we ended up going down to the hotel watching them train and everything. And they were great. We had a big picture with the squad, and there was loads of COF fans there on that weekend because a lot of them travelled out thinking we had a game. We had a game arranged, and I think it got called off at the last minute, so we didn't.
Was that the Sevilla game or something?
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be Sevilla. Yeah, and he ended up didn't play anybody. They just ended up training. So we just went and watched the training to the hotel, which was good. It was good. And Robin's come up and had a chat with us, and it was good. Yeah, it was. And we had a picture with all the team and everything. Yeah, it was good, but it's a shame we didn't have a game. But there you go. We got to meet a few of the lads, which was good.
I've got a few more comments before we go. James Hollyoaks, Sheffield United can only get freebies until they are sold. Dave Saunders, the kit will have a big video with players. And Quinton Cartwright, they're flying to Spain this weekend.
My dad's got an inside source at the CBS, so maybe he might know something.
Right. Ralph Wiggins, that's a cracking idea, Jack, about the points and 20 quid a ticket. Alison Berry, are the first team playing in the Stevenage game? There will be, I'd have thought.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to be a first team game, but
it will be if they're advertising tickets.
Yeah.
Covandy, been told the game in Spain is live on YouTube. Yes, the Spanish club's page, correct. Just subscribe to their. Someone's put that actually.
Yeah, it's their channel. Yeah.
Yes, already subscribed to their channel. What's that? Bass?
Bajo de Vistas.
Bajo de Vistas. Oh, yeah. Well, my name's bad enough. Mark Harrington, it sounds like the sponsorship has only just been finalised. I'm assuming this evening they have requested Hummel to start producing the shirts. Pre-release orders to go on sale tomorrow. The thing is, there's no pre-orders, is there? He said he's ditching that. All there be is somebody ironing on the Monzo, basically. That will happen.
Yeah.
So yesterday they were doing the back and the sides and the sleeves, and today they've been doing the fronts. They've probably known for a week it's been sorted, but it's just
in a while.
Yeah.
I'm still surprised it's only a year. That's what surprised me.
I am, because I think from what I gather there was a bit of a disagreement with Cod Building Society and Monzo, because they're both banks and they're both conflicting interests, if you like. And Cod Building Society, Cod CBS, if you like, didn't like Monzo being on the front if they were on the back, so they pulled out. Basically, that's why King of Shaves have gone on the back. So.
There's one
as you said, Claude, it's down to money, hasn't it? Whoever offers the most.
Well, exactly. Just a couple of things. I've done a couple of podcasts with Jim Brown, so they should be out this week. I think one may be out now, actually, and there's one tomorrow. There's a short one about Dudley Roberts, who was an old player for Coventry, passed away last week. So Jim just did a tribute, which is only about 5 minutes long. That's worth listening to. And then we spoke about 82-83 season, which was the mass exodus. Dave Sexton, Jimmy Hill, and basically the whole first team. And then next week we'll be talking about the arrival of Bobby Gould and the mass recruitment that followed. But there are a couple of history podcasts that are out soon.
Okay. What's his name's come back again? What was his name, Claudia? Why do you think King? Why do you think King doesn't put his company on the shirts? Well, they're on the back this year. They're on the back.
No. I think he means yellow. I think he means Doug King's company. Yellow.
Oh, Doug King. Sorry. Oh, okay. Oh,
it's not allowed, is it? If you own, you can't advertise your own.
Yeah, I don't know what the rule. Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
This is what Man City fell foul to, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because I think I'm not sure you can. I'm not. There must be a reason why you wouldn't do it. Why not?
Some sort of rules and regulations that we don't know about.
Yeah, how's it work? It's your company. You're sponsoring your own team. You then got to pay.
Yeah. Where does the money go and where does it come out, sort of thing? Yeah.
Yeah, it would go down as money laundering and accounting. That's how it would go down. So it just wouldn't be allowed.
Yeah. So Dave Saunders, the CBS would not pay the asking price for the front, and Kenny's right about the conflict with.
Yeah, I heard that, and I thought that was the case. But well, yeah, if CBS don't want to pay the asking price, then I suppose you know what Doug's like. He'll go for the highest bidder, won't he?
I think aesthetically, 5 letters is enough on the front of your shirt for a sponsor.
Well, it's a few less than Allsop and Allsop, isn't it?
I know that. Even Country Build Society, that's a lot of letters. It just takes too much of the shirt up. King of Shays took too much of the shirt up as well, I thought.
Yeah.
It didn't look invasive, though, did it? Like, there was the Allsop one that was a big blue square.
Yeah.
A mass amount. And that, that was horrible. Whereas at least King of Shaves it blended in a bit.
Yeah, it did blend in, to be fair. It didn't look too bad. With the colours.
Well, of course, even Monzo, depending on how big your shirt is, will get bigger, well, smaller, as it happens, because the sponsorship has to be the same size. That doesn't change. So if you get an XXL, your sponsorship will look smaller than a medium-sized shirt.
Yes.
So when you buy a shirt, if you've got a medium, don't start going, oh, it's not set the same as those other shirts. Well, if they've got an XXL, it won't be, because the sponsorship can only be one size.
So the sponsor's going to look massive on people like Jamie Allen and Sakamoto.
Yeah, because if you look at the striped shirts, you'll see it on the King of Shaves. It's really weird because some of them had it near the badge and some didn't. It was on the stripe. It was weird. It depends what size shirt you got because the sponsorship's always the same.
Yeah. Well, hopefully
our friend Bodhisattvas. Is it Bodhisattvas? He'll tell you how to say it in a minute. Didn't the Frasers put Chevrolet on the shirts? They were shareholders.
I think shareholders is probably different to 100% ownership like we've got.
Yeah.
Because all you're doing is investing a portion and you're only reaping a portion. Like I say, with 100% ownership, it would go down as money laundering.
Finance is your thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's my industry.
Yeah. Mark Rainbow, TNT again. What's that? TNT?
TNT used to sponsor. Well, they didn't sponsor the shirts. They sponsored our FA Cup.
Yes. Yeah, the tracksuits.
Tracksuits back in '87. So I don't know. Well, I don't even know they're still going, are they, TNT? I'm not sure.
So regarding Sunday, are we coming on Sunday? Are we doing?
Well, we're going to try and do I think we'll try and do an early show Sunday, maybe about 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah. The build up, but just a short show on Sunday from 5 o'clock. We'll try and get Lee in that, and maybe get a little atmosphere of him in the stadium, and perhaps CJ maybe. And if you want to come on again, Jack, you're welcome to come on. Just to build up to the final, basically. So yeah, so that's about it. So yeah, so we will be back Sunday at the earlier time of 5 o'clock. Hopefully, we'll have a live link up from Germany, and hopefully we'll have a bit more. You never know, we might have some Sky Blues news, and might have a new kit to look at. You don't know. A lot can happen in a few days, as Claudio's been moaning on social media. So
yeah, Claudio, get another post at 9:30 in the morning. Where's our new kit?
The club will react to Claudio's comments. Anyway, look, that's it. We've got run out of time. Thanks for all the messages. We've had loads of messages. Any news? No news on the statue, it says here. I'm not sure, to be honest. I haven't got the latest for the statue. We'll try and get that for you for Sunday. Thanks for the clarification, and you just pronounced my name correctly. Just said.
Bodhisattvas. Bodhisattvas. Yeah,
Bodhisattvas. Who said it right? Was it me or you, Claudia?
Spell it phonetically, please, and then we'll have a competition.
Well, whoever you are, but thank you very much for messaging in anyway. And it's a new name because I've not seen that name before on there. No. So that's what we got caught us out a little bit. So yeah, thanks for your messages anyway. Thank you very much. Dave Saunders says, "Come on, England." Yes, come on, England. It's coming home, isn't it? Just one word, Claudia. Is it coming? Is it coming home?
No.
Jack, is it coming home?
Yeah, why not? Yeah. It's not coming home for Claudio because home for him's Rome.
Hey.
Coming
home, not Rome.
Even Bartavius come back and said yes. Look, it's coming home. Anyway, look, we'll have loads more news for you on Sunday. We'll be back at 5 o'clock. Short show. We'll try and get Lee and CJ, and we'll have a bit more news for you on Sunday. Whereas where Clough City standing with the kits and stuff as well. So it's a big play up Sky Blues, and come on, England.
Play up Sky Blues.
Good night. Good night.
Sky Blue Fans TV, for the fans, by the fans.